Hello, I'm Millie Fay, and today I'm going to talk about Amazon's print-on-demand service. This will be a very brief review. Before I begin, I just wish to point out that I create my PDF documents in InDesign, and for those of you who are creating PDF documents for uploading to Amazon's webpage in InDesign, just make sure that when you place your file, your artwork goes all the way to the edge of the bleed line. Because even if it is a slight fraction, and I mean slight is at a maximum zoom, if you see like a tiny fraction of a millimeter off, it will show up as an error in the KDP's previewer. So what you need to do is to use your selection arrow, the little black arrow, and extend or retract your artwork to fit perfectly. Another thing I wish to say is that as a Canadian, when they request your imprint, that will be your publishing name that you have registered with the Libraries and Archives of Canada. So let's talk about the quality of the print-on-demand books. So the first book I printed with Amazon was the Phantom of the Opera sketchbook. This was done sometime in mid-2017. And during this time, I had to pay full price that was listed for Amazon to ship me these books, which I think is ridiculous. And thankfully, they've changed that. So now there is a price for authors that is different from the price that the customer would pay. So the quality of the book is surprisingly good. It's not bad at all. They use perfect binding, which is the glue binding you see here. And it's not easy to rip the page out. The one difference I did notice is that because they use digital printing to make these books and not the offset printing, is that the quality in colored images, there's not as much nuance between the different tones. But if you're not an artist, you would not notice that, I don't think. Most people wouldn't. So yes, this was pretty good quality. As you can see, the artwork is not visible through the paper, so it's thick enough. And you can choose different options, and this is a paper option specifically for colored books. Now, just recently, I've received, a few weeks ago, the printing proof. So you can see it says not for resale, for my mermaid sketchbook. And here they did make a little error. And this has to do with cutting. And sometimes these things happen even with trade published books. There's just a little slight error in printing. Hopefully they will fix that for the actual customer published book, not just a print book. And one thing they did do, it's kind of funny, they completely forgot to include the first page of this book, which is this information page that I have in all of my books, because I tend to do that with every book that I buy. So I just thought that I would include it in my own books to give people permission to write in a book if they're afraid to write in a book. And for this particular sketchbook, not only am I encouraging you to write, you can sketch on this page. And this is why I also made the text 50% opacity, so that you can even remove these images and frame them in 8x10 frames, and they would fit. So you can get wall art and sketchbooks and just use a book to the maximum. I like things with multiple uses, to be honest. So it's fine. The one thing I do not like about Amazon's print-on-demand service is their pricing structure. So they say that they take 40% while the author gets 60%. In actuality, what they do is they take 40% from the list price, then the cost of the book is subtracted from the 60% remaining to the author. So the author never gets 60%. And if you wish to keep your book at a low and reasonable cost, personally, I think I'm earning less than Amazon per book, which I do not think is fair. What I believe would be fair is that if they remove the cost of printing and then split what was remaining between the author and Amazon at 40-60. Wouldn't you agree? So now I have a question for you. How much should I charge for this 78-page art book sketchbook? Let me know in the comments. And the person who gets closest to the list price will win a prize. The first person who gets closest to the list price will win a prize. Oh, and as you can see, this is the barcode that is just for the resale, for resale book. And this will be how your ISBN barcode would look like. And I forgot to mention, use the matte option, because if you use the glossy option, I don't know even why they have such an option for book covers, it leaves fingerprints. And it's pretty good. It's almost like a little plasticky, smooth feel to it. As you can see, this fairly thick. So yeah, surprisingly good quality of a book. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.